This is Will Davis with the Monroe County Reporter. Here are some of the top stories you'll find when you pick up a copy of your favorite hometown newspaper, The Reporter. Well, a Monroe County magistrate judge has made his decision, and he has had a store clerk arrested for firing warning shots at a convicted felon back in 2019, almost 2 years to the day that Steve Reese fended off a wanted man who had turned Monroe County upside down after trying to kill a Monroe County deputy. And Associate Magistrate Judge Hugh Sosby decided that it was time to press charges against Steve Reese, the 68-year-old clerk of the Rumble Road BP, who warded off the wanted man who was later arrested and has been in the Monroe County Jail. Mr. Donnelly has, since that time, awaiting trial, expected to take place next month for trying to kill a Monroe County deputy. Judge Sosby says that Donnelly's request to have Reese arrested for aggravated assault did warrant action. He issued his warrant on Thursday. Mr. Reese turned himself in to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Sosby tried to give him a $2,500 cash bond. Superior Court Judge Tommy Wilson voided that and allowed Reese to be released on his own recognizance. A little research by the Reporter uncovered that Mr. Donnelly has had 28 arrests in his short 28 years on earth and has several convictions from 2013 and 2014. Find more details in this week's Reporter. Well, a music legend from Bolingbroke, Alan Walden, is releasing his new memoir this week. Southern Man was released for the public to see. It's all about a making man's rise in the music industry and his relationships with Otis Redding, Leonard Skinner, and other big-name acts. The Walden family, of course, legendary in the making music scene and rose to fame during the heyday of Southern music in the 1960s and 70s. You can get a copy of the book and even have it signed Saturday at Henry's from 10 a.m. to noon there in Bolingbroke. Find out more details about Walden's book in this week's Reporter.
Hi, I'm Donna Wilson with Monroe County Reporter Incident of the Week. A guest at the Red Roof Inn on Holiday Circle called the police on November 2nd to report her vehicle was stolen. She told Officer John Bogdan that the last time she saw it, it was the day before at 4 o'clock. Bogdan went to the front desk and looked at the security footage, which showed the car was where she had parked it. Upon inspection, the officer found that the engine was cold and there was frost on the windshield. He returned to the woman's room and she confirmed that it was her vehicle, and Bogdan returned to service.
A Forsyth man and his hunting companion were put behind bars Saturday night, accused of firing a shotgun at a deer at night and even scraping a hunting camp nearby where some people had gathered. The men are 27-year-old Chris Waller of Forsyth and Daniel Jeffrey, 24, of Carrollton. Monroe County deputies got a 911 call Saturday night that they were out of their hunting cabin on Old Zebulon Road when shotgun pellets started coming overhead. They had to head for cover. Monroe County deputy responded to the scene and found the two men on an ATV side by side. They claimed they were hunting armadillos, but deputies found deer hair and blood on the four-wheeler and on one of the driver's hands. They eventually found the deer carcass and charged the men with hunting at night, hunting on another person's property, and discarding a deer carcass in an unsupervised area. See more details in this week's Reporter. Hey everybody, you know the readers of the Reporter know we love our freedom, and the biggest way we celebrate those freedoms is from our Constitution, the First Amendment. Every week we have free expression in the Reporter. We exercise our First Amendment rights, but there's also the Second Amendment rights, the right to bear arms, that is the one that ensures our First Amendment rights. And the reporter this season is celebrating the Second Amendment by giving away one of these. Everybody that renews or subscribes to the reporter from now until Thanksgiving will be eligible for this beautiful AR-15. Just either renew your subscription for $50 or buy a new one. Sign up a friend or family member for the reporter and you will be entered into the contest. We're also giving away a whole box of Winchester ammunition, even maybe more valuable than the gun, the way the ammunition shortages have been. So sign up now, get the reporter, celebrate the First Amendment and the Second Amendment with your favorite local newspaper.
Hello, I'm Terry Johnson. I write Monroe Outdoors for the Reporter. For many years now, at this time of the year, I write a column dealing with a forecast for the upcoming duck season. However, I cannot do that this year. It seems that for the second year in a row, the annual breeding and waterfowl habitat survey in the pothole region of the western United States and Canada was canceled due to COVID concerns. Consequently, I can't give you that. But what I can do is give you an idea what I think the upcoming season will look like. This is based upon the harvest survey that was done last year. In this week's reporter, I'm going to tell you how many ducks were harvested in the state of Georgia, how many ducks were harvested in Monroe County, and what the waterfowl that were the top 3 ducks bagged in Monroe County were. And it's my feeling that this will give you a pretty good idea of what we're going to have this year. So I'm sorry about the survey, but I think you're going to find this interesting and also helpful. Read about it in this week's reporter.
Monroe County loves its firearms, and there's no better place to get your firearms and ammunition needs than Red Root Defense, a small family-owned business right here in the heart of Georgia near the Jones-Monroe County line. Check them out for a full selection of firearms, ammunition, and accessories. You know, the word fake news has become sort of commonplace in the last couple of years, and the reporter wants to do its part to get in on the fun. So every week, we will try to feature on this broadcast one piece of fake news. Your job as the viewer is to try to determine which one is fake news. There used to be a game show like this where you try to figure out who's telling the truth and who's telling the lie. Well, that's what's going on here. Find out which one is the fake news and post it here in the comments below. Mary Persons sophomore running back Duke Watson on the cusp of setting a major record in the history of Mary Persons football. Mr. Watson already has, as of Friday night, 1,619 yards in the season in only 10 games. That's 160 yards per game if you're keeping score at home. And that means he only needs about 44 yards to break the all-time rushing record in a single season. That was set by Alvin Tolles back in the state championship year, 1980. Tolles needed 15 games, all those playoff contests, to get to that mark. Duke Watson appears ready to do it in 11 if he does it on Friday night when Mary Persons plays at Burke County. It is expected to happen. It'll be a big accomplishment for a young 15-year-old who is the youngest of 6 children, all sisters. He's the only boy in the family, and he's making a name for himself. Remember that name, Duke Watson, and see more details in this week's reporter.
Well, we hear from our readers how popular the Monroe County Reporter is, but you don't have to just find it in a store or get it and wait for your mail to come. You can now read it online as well at mymcr.net with a subscription to our e-edition. To the Monroe County Reporter, read all your favorite news and sports and what's going on in Monroe County online where you are on your phone or on your computer. Call 994-2358 to sign up today to your subscription.
Hey y'all, it's Tammy Rafferzeder with this week's Business Spotlight. Shoney's is a family dining establishment that has been sitting just off the interstate at exit 185 at 323 Harold G. Clark Way for generations. Everyone is familiar with the famous All-American Burger, their delicious hot fudge cake, and of course their strawberry pie. But our local Shoney's is much more than just that. Year after year, they have been voted the #1 place in the county to have breakfast. Breakfast, which begins at 7 a.m., is their busiest time of the day. They close at 8 p.m. and are open 7 days a week. A lot of Shoney's customers are interstate travelers who use their time to relax and enjoy a good meal. But they also have a lot of local customers who have been returning for years and years to spend time with friends and family and take advantage of the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Their buffet isn't your typical layout with trays filled with the same boring food day after day. Every day is different at Shoney's. For instance, on Friday and Saturday nights from 3 p.m. until closing, they feature a seafood buffet with shellfish, crab cake, salmon, catfish, and flounder on Fridays. If you don't care for seafood, ribs and chicken are always available on the other end of the buffet. On Mondays, you can make your own beef, chicken, or pork soft and hard shell tacos, complete with all the traditional toppings. The best part is that you can eat as many tacos as you like. Thursdays are always popular nights at Shoney's when it's their barbecue time. They have barbecue pork chops, sausage, ribs, and of course pulled pork. And on Sundays, you can have breakfast all day. When you walk into Shoney's, there are choices to be made. You can order comfort foods like homestyle meatloaf and Nashville hot chicken or burgers and sandwiches from the menu, or choose from the many fresh items from the food bar. You can also call in for your takeout order at 478-994-1314.
Hey, this is Diane Gladwell reporting for the Monroe County Reporter. One interesting story that we have in the feature section this week is about a museum for the Tiff College that has opened at the Conley Building. The Conley Building is next to the depot down there and not very far from the Tiff College campus. This is some of the Tiff College alumni got together and in a short time span of a few months got this building ready to house exhibits that reflect memorabilia from Tiff College days. And the Tiff College Alumni Association is very strong. It contributes a lot to the community now, even though the college is no longer active, but the people who were a part of it continue to contribute, and they're very proud of their heritage. And now they have a place to show it off. The exhibits are arranged and will be rotating like quarterly. And even though it won't be open constantly, it is next to the Monroe County Museum, so that anyone who wants access to the Tiff College exhibits can check in with the folks at the museum and ask for that access. And they had a ribbon cutting on October the 30th with what they called a taste of Tiff, because they also, as they got this ready, took on putting together a cookbook with some of the recipes that were popular while Tiff College was being known for its hostesses, and some of the recipes that the ladies have developed since then. And they offered some samples of the recipes that day and gave a good chance to see the museum and to fellowship and to try the recipes. So this is another place that you might want to go and check out in Monroe County.
Take a cue from me. Do you really want to be informed? Subscribe to the Reporter and do it today.
Well, here's some news you can use from this week's Reporter. You know, the Monroe County Magistrate Court has filed criminal charges against a store clerk who had the temerity to fire a weapon and warning shots at a wanted criminal who had tried to kill a Monroe County deputy. In light of all that, the Monroe County Magistrate Court is setting up a seminar this Saturday at 10 a.m. where they will tell locals how they can take on crime and not get arrested with the law. So, some of the tips include offering candy to criminals. Also, there's one seminar point will be that you can send them a nice note. And also, you can give them a word of encouragement or just get on your knees and prostrate before them. Those are some of the suggestions you can hear this Saturday at 10 a.m. from the Monroe County Magistrate Court. The Mary Persons Bulldogs pulled off an exciting win on Friday night down in Americus and actually saved themselves an embarrassing loss. The Panthers were only 1-8 at the time. The Bulldogs maybe not playing their best game, but they survived. And now they head to Burke County where they'll go bear hunting, trying to beat the Bears in the playoffs for the first time in a third try. They have twice lost to Burke County in the playoffs in the last 10 years. Always played in Waynesboro. Find out the previews, the matchups, and the details in this week's Reporter. Also, Mary Persons cross-country girls take fourth in the state at the state meet. Find out more on that and much more news and sports in this week's reporter.
I'm Baby's daddy.
And I'm Baby's mama.
And today we're cooking with Corona. Now it's very important to wash your hands before you cook.
Did you wash your hands?
Oh. And today we're making Mountain Dew chicken. What you doing?
You want some?
Nah. Give me that. And look at that. Perfect Mountain Dew chicken.